everyone, welcome back. This is Tika, the Cosmic Witch here. Thank you so much for tuning in. So this is going to be your full moon in Aries astro update forecast. So I will be discussing the aspects of this full moon coming up on the 13th of October, the Sunday, and also delivering a message for the Cosmic Coven as to what the cards have to say. So I do have the chart here in front of me. I have my cards laid out. I have not shuffled them yet, so I will get shuffling very soon. But I want to say first and foremost, thank you so much for tuning in. You guys know I love to show gratitude, so may all the love and abundance that you are sharing with me right now be sent threefold forwards to you, okay? Ashe. So we're going to begin now. First things first, as I'm shuffling the cards, I'm going to discuss what the Aries energy is like and a little bit about what Aries is for those of you who are not really familiar with it. So what do we know about Aries? Aries is the first sign of the zodiac signs. So it rules the first house, it rules our head, and it is a fire sign. It is a cardinal sign. So Aries is very impatient, very witty, very passionate because fire, very powerful, absolutely. And you know, it can be really intense, and it is going to be a full moon. So we know that this means that there's going to be a really huge peak coming up. Now, at the time of the full moon, all the houses actually, it's funny, I pulled the chart to show exactly at what time the full moon is happening. So the full moon is happening at 5:08 Eastern Standard Time, which in universal time is 9:08 p.m. So when it happens at 5:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for those of you who are on the East Coast like me, it will be in the first house. And it's funny because all of the houses are actually going to be in their appropriate house signs as well. So the first house is going to be in Aries during the full moon, Taurus will be in the second house, Gemini in the third house, etc., 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 which is really interesting because this doesn't usually happen very often. But anyway, so that is what we are going to be dealing with. Now, with this full moon, I truly believe that there is going to be some heated discussions happening, some intense clashes, perhaps some fights, some arguments happening that do need to happen in order for things to kind of pick up in a different way. I feel as though the collective as a whole, we are tired of kind of being walked over. People are tired of not being taken seriously, not, you know, being seen as like someone who knows what they're doing, and, you know, being deceived and being taken advantage of. And I see a lot of people really being annoyed with that and kind of being done with that. And I see people having these tough discussions with these individuals in their lives and putting their foot down and kind of testing the waters to see what the other person's reaction is going to be, which is going to speak volumes for everyone. Now, if you've noticed, yes, I'm not at my regular spot. I am in my living room right now, kind of just hanging out on the ground. I want to be really comfortable in this video, so I hope you guys don't mind. Now, in regards to the actual aspects of this full moon, okay, so we have the moon square to Saturn, and we also have the moon trine to Jupiter. So I want to talk about the squares first because there are a couple of squares. Now, if you hear any noises in the background, those are my cats. They're very active right now because Mama's out here with them. That's what they do. So we have a couple of squares. We have a square to Saturn, and we have a square to Pluto with the moon. And so I say that to say that there is going to be, I feel, this toughness and a little bit of resistance of us digging our heels into the ground and not wanting to move forward and really having some trouble with how we are delivering our messages to these people and to these things, and how we choose to, you know, tell them that you no longer have a purpose for me. And that's really what this is about. I feel that there's going to be a lot of people kind of ending things because Aries begins things. Aries is the beginning of everything. So in order for that, you know, quick, witty beginning to happen, something needs to end. And I feel as though the ending is going to be done in such a huge, not like in a sacrificial way, but it's going to be done in a way where you are going to be cutting off the dead ends and those dead ends, it's going to be really hard for some people. And so with those squares, I'm seeing that there's going to be some intensity. So Scorpios, I'm talking to you. Capricorns, I'm talking to you. There's going to be some intensity there with our emotions in regards to telling these people that, look, I don't want you to have this much possession over me. I don't want you to affect me in the way that you have, and it's time for me to let you go. And I thank you for the lessons that you've given me, but it's time for me to move on. And that's going to be tough for a lot of people. Now, I know, although we do have those aspects of squares telling us, you know, it's going to be hard for us to make change, and we might be, you know, these people in our lives, the situation, it might escalate in a way where they try their best to really keep us in our same space. And I want you guys to understand that you are stronger than any manipulation that is going on. You are stronger than any, you know, emotional nonsense. Like, you don't need to put up with that. So don't put up with it, and don't fall for the trap either. Now, with those tough squares, we do have a lot of beautiful trines though as well that I really want to talk about and focus on, because although we have those squares, and although we have Mercury and Venus that are also opposed to Uranus, I'm seeing that, you know, this change is necessary. You know, Uranus is opposite to Mercury and Venus, which is telling us that change is necessary. We need to change the way and find balance in the way that we communicate with others, our social gatherings, okay? How we think of ourselves, how we, you know, how our words affect ourselves, and how it's affecting our work that we're trying to manifest, and our attraction, you know, changing the things that we are attracted to, and making sure that we are allowing people who are coming to us and embracing our energy, who are attracted to us, are worthy and are teaching us something, and not just, you know, them getting something out of us and us not receiving anything in return. And that might sound really selfish, but you really have to be in these ways, because if you don't, then you don't have any boundaries either. And this full moon is going to be a continuation of us remembering what our boundaries are and really establishing them even further for people who don't like to respect them. Okay, so we do have some trines with Neptune, trine to Mercury, and the North Node in Cancer, okay? Now this is huge because, you know, Neptune is all about our dreams and our fantasies. And so having our third eye open, it will be so active and open right now during this full moon with the trine to Mercury. Mercury is all about our manifestation, where it's about how we choose to set our intentions, how we use our tools to create the reality that we want. And so with the trine to Neptune, with the moon, I'm very certain we had a very similar aspect for our new moon as well. So we're being very blessed right now with this. So you want to ensure that you're taking advantage of that, because that is going to be the time frame for you to be able to create the things that you want in your life and really have them come true. Your dreams really have an opportunity to come true right now. And I want you guys to understand that it's not, you know, as far out of reach as you think it is, okay? It's really not. Now, we also have a sextile with Saturn, which is saying, you know, a sextile to Saturn and Mercury, which is letting us know that we need to have discipline and be really focused, because the stars are aligned. It's all in our favor. This is go time, okay? So really stay aligned, really stay true to yourself, and really ensure that you are staying disciplined and also being realistic, okay? I say be realistic because there is a square to Jupiter with Neptune. So yes, those two planets working together would be beautiful for us. Yes, I understand that. However, they are square right now, which is letting us know that we need to be realistic with how we are setting our intentions. So when you go into your bath water, or you use your full moon oil, or you're doing your divination ritual to open and activate your third eye, ask yourself what it is that you really want. What is your heart's true desire? And how can you manifest that to be a reality? Raja, that's enough. Jeez. So sorry guys about that. So anyway, you really want to make sure that you are manifesting your dreams reality, but also ensure that you're doing it in a way that is realistic. So really think about what it is that you want in your life, and think about the ways that and how you can manifest that to really become true, okay? Now we also have yeah, that's all I really want to talk about. The moon is also trine to Jupiter. So yes, we have a trine to Neptune with Mercury, but we also have a trine to Jupiter with the moon, which is awesome because again, this beautiful energy of, you know, luck and abundance and knowledge and expansion really being there for us. And because the Aries moon, the moon is in Aries, it's going to be a very quick, fiery beginning. So if it's going to be something that you know is going to require a lot of work or a lot of time, and you want to get a nice head start on that thing, now's the time to start writing those intentions down, because that is the thing that's going to have a nice little push being given. Now, something I want to mention as well is that you want to ensure that you are checking to see where Aries falls in your chart and see what energy falls in your chart in Aries, if there is anything, and also checking to see what is in your first house, because Aries does rule the first house, and that is the area of your place that is going to be activated right now as well. And of course, wherever Mars falls in your chart, that is always still going to be activated in your during this moon cycle right now as well. So look at your chart to see where those are. If you don't know how to check that, let me know and we can book you a reading to do so. Okay, I am here for that. That is what I'm here for. Like, these videos are awesome, you guys. This is also very generic stuff. I'm not going to tell you like what exactly you should do specifically, and what you should do for this moon cycle is very different from what I'm going to be doing. So if you want to know specifically what you should be doing for your own self and what's in your compass for your path, then let's talk and get you a reading so that we can kind of specify exactly what it is that Spirit is saying for you to do right now, okay? Now, it is also Libra season, okay? And so again, I want to just talk about the fact that there is going to be a lot of push and pull in regards to these boundaries and cutting these people off. Now, in my last video, I talked about emotional traumas being released. I believe that with this full moon, after us sitting with our thoughts and our trauma and kind of like replaying these thoughts in our head, this full moon is what's going to allow us to release that trauma. And again, it might be a really intense way to do it, but honestly, you guys, it needs to happen that way. So stop trying to protect people from your feelings. Stop trying to protect people from your hurt. They weren't there to protect you. So don't do the same for them, okay? And because the trines and the aspects are so beautiful, I want to say as well that, you know, these aspects aren't always going to happen, and you're not always going to be given the right chance, the perfect chance every single day, or every single week, or every single month, or every single new moon, or every single full moon. And I say that to say, your dreams can change and manifest so quickly overnight. It's really about being at the right time and around the right people. And I say that because you can have the right tools, the right herbs, the right candles, the right oils, the right mindset, and you can do all of that. And if you were to plant that seed and then have people who, you know, are not nourishing for that, are not nourishing to your environment, you know, they're not giving you light, they're not giving you love, there's no water, then what's going to happen to that seed? So make sure that you are also surrounding yourself with people who also see the vision that you see for yourself, because those people in your life, they should be your networking out. They should be your networking circle, okay? If the people around you cannot help uplift you to the next level that you want to be at, because they are still in this other mindset and they've caused you hurt, and you're trying to be there for them because it's just easier for you and you feel like you've accomplished something, get out of your ego. That's your ego talking. And for a lot of us, our egos may be talking right now because Mars is very much an ego. Aries is super egoistic. So, you know, just be aware of that too, okay? So I think I'm done pulling the cards, so I'm gonna kind of pause there with the astro aspects piece. I hope that makes sense for you guys. One last thing I do want to say as well is that this is such a powerful moon, you guys, because of the fact that it's in a fire sign. We have all these great trines with Neptune and Jupiter. And just as a reminder, Mercury, which is trine to Neptune, those are both in water signs, okay? So Neptune is in Pisces and Mercury is in Scorpio. And I've already talked about the power of Scorpio and Mercury. So really get that intuition heightened again, like the last full moon. Get that intuition heightened again, strengthen, do your work from now so that you were able to be totally potent for the moon, and allow yourself to really write out and manifest exactly what it is that you want right now in this lifetime. And I'm not saying it's going to happen right overnight. I'm not saying it's going to happen in this moon cycle. Magic, the universe, it's a very different time scale. Time is an illusion. It's a human creation. So the universe don't know nothing about time. So if you're trying to make things happen quickly because it's an Aries full moon, you might still be disappointed. Okay, so if you're watching this and it's past the full moon, or it's way before the full moon, or what have you, it doesn't matter. You're watching this at the right time because your guides and your ancestors have asked you to do so and have guided you to this point. However, that being said, you need to ensure, I'm trying to push Raja away because she's trying to walk around the camera. You need to ensure that you are not wasting your blessings. Don't waste the energy that you have. Don't waste the power that you have at your fingertips. Okay, the stars are aligned, okay? Now, in regards to the apothecary, I do not think I'm going to be opening the apothecary for anything special in regards to magical goods. I'm going to be creating my own stuff, doing my own rituals. It is my solar return on this full moon, so I will be very deep in my work, in my ritual work. So the apothecary will be closed, but there are still full moon detox bath soak to purchase and new moon bath soaks to purchase to manifest those things into your life. The full moon oil is there to purchase, and so is the just like honey abundance oil there, okay? And of course the banishing oil and other things, but you guys already know how to get to that. Okay, so let's get into the cards now because I feel like I've been talking a lot. Okay, so first things first, I wanted to ask Spirit, what is it that we have learned so far, and what is it that we are understanding about ourselves right now? So I'm going to go ahead and show you those cards. We have the High Priestess card. We have the What Do You Need to Release card for the waning moon. Wow, we have the Death card from the African American Tarot. And we have the Two of Wands card here. So this is really interesting because I'm already seeing this as like a timeline. So the High Priestess shows me and tells us that, yes, you have the tools, sit within yourself, collect your thoughts, collect how your feelings are, collect everything, okay? But remember that you don't have to share everything. You have the tools to share with people and to teach people. So you also want to ensure that you're teaching people about your own boundaries. What is it you have to release? We know that that's exactly where we are right now. We know that we have to release something. We have the Death card here, and we have this card asking us, what is it that we have to release? And truthfully, I feel like whatever it is, once we are done releasing it, the direction of our thoughts is going to pick up, and it's going to direct us in the right way. So whatever it is that you are releasing right now, or that you are, that we've been thinking about what we have to release for this past couple of weeks up to this full moon, we are now going to be at a peak where it's like, okay, so I know that I have these thoughts now. I know that I have my thoughts collected. I need to have a conversation and discuss and release what's no longer, whether it's a person or a habit or a thing, whatever it is, release it. And so that you can get your mind right, okay? Get your mind right so like the action that you take is going to really direct you in the right direction, in the right movement. And so where are we right now with this? Well, there's a couple of things. I have some reverse cards here too, so I'm just trying to pay attention here. Okay, so first things first, independence. This is where you are right now. You need to learn to stay on your 2 feet and create a foundation for yourself, okay? And it's a foundation for your strength, and that is very much so true. When you show people who, who are not fulfilling to you anymore, that they are no longer needed, it can scare them and it can have them lash out. And I know this from my own personal experience. I'm sure you guys have your own personal experiences with the same thing. So if you are going to be, you know, calling that independence because you're releasing something that you need to release, then that's great. But expect there to be a little bit of a tension and friction, I'm going to say, okay? Now, one of the cards that we do have reversed is that our commitment is being tested. So your commitment right now is not being tested. Your commitment right now is, your commitment is very present. The universe knows that you are ready. So you are ready for the next step, but it's going to require you to be independent first. You cannot depend on other people to help you or uplift you at this point in time. You're not being committed, no. You're not being tested anymore, no. But in order for you to have a full circle, come to full circle, you need to act accordingly ASAP. Now, we do have the King of Wands here who was reversed. So, and we also have the Ace of Swords here. So to me, this is saying, you know, there's no need for you to be harsh. There's no need for you to really put your foot down in a harsh way or in a pragmatic way. There's no need for that. You need to approach the situation very carefully in a very, you know, compassionate, gentle way. And when you do so, you're going to be more successful because you're going to know exactly what it is, what you want to start, and how you want to move forward. If you act in a way that is negative and harsh, you're going to be distracted from the bigger picture and you won't be able to see it clearly. And I hope that that makes sense. I don't know if it does. You guys let me know. Now, what is coming for the collective in the future? Wow. Okay, this is so funny. Endings and beginnings. Kali is saying endings and beginnings. So Kali is very intense. She likes to, you know, destroy what is no longer important. And so the old must be released so we can enter. And so we've seen so far, we've seen the Death card. We've seen what we had to release. We see that that's where we are right now. We know that. We see that we are going in the right direction. Our mindset's going in the right direction. We have to be independent. We know that. We need to put down our 2 feet, with, you know, gently though, not harshly, gently, because he's reversed. And understand that you are no longer being tested by the universe. The universe is saying, okay, no more tests, just do. Now just do. What are you gonna do? That's the question. What are you going to do? And Kali is saying, you know, as this moon is passing and what's happening for us now in the future is going to be endings and beginnings. And so, yes, we are starting something brand new. And so we need to be very aware of the cycles that are going to be spinning and spinning and spinning, almost like the Wheel of Fortune card, you know? Not necessarily in terms of like good luck and abundance, but more in terms of the wheel of life just spinning. And, you know, how are you changing the wheel of life? What are you doing differently? Because with the new beginning happening, we're not being tested this time. So whatever happens is really meant to happen. And whatever is well, regardless if we're being tested or not, whatever happens is meant to happen, yes. But we're not being tested. We're being told that destruction and renewal is coming again. And for that to happen, something needs to be released very soon during this full moon. Okay, and we have to be bold enough to make the first move because this is the cardinal moon that's coming up now as well. And I say that to say, yes, make the first move, but be very gentle, okay? We have here the Knight of Pentacles here. The Knight of Pentacles, so funny. I just pulled this card from the Egyptian Tarot in my last video. The Knight of Pentacles says, you know, be on your A game, but also make sure that you're focused. Be very focused on what is right in front of you. And that is what I have been saying for the last couple of videos, and it just keeps coming back to us because Spirit really wants us to hear it. I hear you, Spirit. I hear you, ancestors. Ashe, I hear you. Okay, wow. Now, we also have the Knight of Cups here, which brings blessings. This to me says blessings. So the endings and the beginnings that are going to be happening and the shift that's happening, whatever you're removing, it's going to bring, you know, blessings for you. As long as you stay the course that you are on right now, keep your eyes focused. Aries is all about that bullseye target, right? They see it, they charge, and they go. However, sometimes, or most of the time, no shade Aries, they don't focus on the target, they just see red and they run. So we don't want to just see red and run. We want to have common sense. Okay, use your head, use your third eye, use your heart, use your intuition, and approach the situation, you know, with ease. You have the confidence. You're not being tested right now. The universe wants you to make a move right now. So do that, but do it graciously. There's no need for you to charge. It is already yours. It's already happening. It's already coming. Okay? There's no need for us to take charge and run towards it, because doing that is going to cause friction anyway. And that's probably why we have these other cards reversed telling us there's no need for us to take charge in such a pragmatic, harsh way. Okay? There's no need for that. Now, I'm also seeing that I pulled here as well is that the Lovers card is coming up. So for us, a lot of us are going to make a choice, and we're going to be at the crossroads really soon in regards to this ending and beginnings happening. And I say this, and this is coming to me right now, you're gonna have to make a choice between yourself or your bad habits, your addictions. And those bad habits and addictions can be people. They can be things, yes, but they can be people. And because we are in Libra season, and Scorpio season is coming up soon, and we do have some trines to the moon in, well, not with Pluto, but we do have Pluto, you know, in these tough little aspects with the moon. I'm seeing that there's going to be conflict with other people's ideas of us and people's possessions over us and people's, you know, place in our lives, and what place do they play in our lives, and how much longer do we want them to play that part in our lives. And I said that because the High Priestess card came up again, but this time she was reversed. And so with that, I say there's no more need to sit and contemplate. We've already done that before. We've been doing that right now, right? That's what the universe has shown us. Now we need to be independent and put our foot down. It's time to start moving forward. It really is. Our mindset is going the right direction. We are clear. We are A game. We are going. The endings and beginnings is coming right now. We need to make the first move by letting people know, you know, what their place is in our lives. And in order for us to make the first move to that success and that abundance that's coming in for us, we have to be focused on what is right in front of us, not the people around us. What is in front of you right now? That is what you need to be focused on, not the people on the sidelines. What is in front of you right now, okay? And we have to make a choice with that. We need to make a choice. And it's gonna be hard because you're gonna wanna pause and help people out. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that, but remember what you're starting and remember your timeline. The stars are aligned now. I don't know how long or how soon this is going to happen with this again, but the universe is saying now is the time to move. We're not being tested. Now is the time to move forward. But in order for us to do that, because the High Priestess is reversed, I'm saying that once the moon kind of passes, so I'm gonna say around the 16th I'm seeing, we're gonna have to start having those conversations with people, not sitting, again, no more sitting in our thoughts, but actually speaking up now and saying to them what we need to say. You can be my friend, you can be my supporter, but you need to do it in a way that's supportive to me and not draining to me, okay? The jobs in your lives, the things that you're fulfilling in your lives right now, how are they supporting you? Now, it's really interesting, this card pull, because it's really the same message kind of going in a circle. So I feel as though with this moon, I'm going to end the video with this, with this moon, we are aware that there is something that we need to release and cut. And some of us will do that because we are becoming more independent. The universe wants us to become more independent. But we need to be independent in a way that is very gentle and not going to be hurtful to other people. And yet, at the same time, even though we're so aware of this and we are so focused on our manifestations. You know, the Two of Wands is showing up for us, which really is so, to me, with the Two of Wands and the Ace of Swords, this is very much so, to me, Mercury and Scorpio type energy. Your words being the right direction, the full moon in Aries, the fire needs the fire, you know, coming in and sending it out that quick action that we want to take and moving forward with it, which is awesome. And even though we know that we need to do that, still we're going to be shown, you know, towards the end of the full moon when it's passing us, that we are going to be not tested, but we will have to make a choice. And when you make this choice, when you have to make this choice, it's for your greater good. So whatever you choose to do, remember that it's for your greater good, and the option that you choose is going to affect the outcome of your magic and the work that you're doing right now at this full moon. Okay? Oh, look, there's Shiva making an appearance. So, anyway, guys, that is what I'm seeing for the full moon. I hope that makes a lot of sense. I know I kind of said a lot. There was a lot of downloads coming through, so I apologize if you have to watch this video twice to kind of get the whole message, but do that if you need to. But as a quick recap, the moon is showing us so beautifully the trines and the aspects that it's our time to shine, but there are some dead things we need to cut and drop first. And it's going to be very tough, but it's the go time. It really is go time. And we have to really ask ourselves, how fully committed are we to this? And yeah, okay, we're not being tested our commitment right now, but that doesn't mean that you won't be tested later. Y'all know how the universe works. Y'all know how, you know, this whole thing works. It's not just yes or no. It's always gray. So, you know, stay focused on what it is that you're doing, and, you know, ensure that you are being gentle with yourself and being gentle with the people around you, and, you know, really being independent, okay? You do not need any tools. You do not need any more uplifting from other people. You do not need their their blessings are good, but you do not need their help. In fact, the Spirit is saying, don't take their help. Do it on your own. Okay? Because you will go far doing things on your own the way you want to. But you need to trust yourself too that you will get there. Okay? So that is what I am seeing. Those are the cards, those are the messages. Let me know how you feel about that. I know I talked about emotional trauma, so remember that too. This full moon is going to bring, you know, clashes of emotional trauma and letting people know that we are no longer accepting this type of behavior anymore into our lives, because the next part of us is going to require a different version, a stronger version, a more clear-headed, minded version of ourselves. So we don't really have time for the nonsense. It's time to cut the dead out. It's time to release what no longer serves us for real, and really focus on what's in front of us, and really focus on our intentions that we are setting, and ensuring that everything, our actions, our environment is aligned to that purpose, okay? So that is the message I'm seeing, you guys. I really hope that you receive this message in the most beautiful light. If you like this video, let me know. If this resonated with you, let me know. Let me know what you are releasing or what you're feeling like is coming for you right now into this full moon. Let me know how you feel with the card reading and how that, you know, how that's going to affect you and what you're seeing the cards are showing for you in your life right now. And yeah, okay? So thank you so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye.